Kenyans are still reeling from the shocking divorce between President William Samoei Ruto and his former friend, his former brother, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. This was a once blissful marriage that was birthed in the year 2022 when they complained that they were persecuted. They underwent quite a lot of persecutions in the cruel hands of Uhuru Kenyatta. That is what they say. The marriage came up and they promised that they would not allow each other to get into any political wrangles, that theirs was full of maturity and respect. Even after taking over power, I remember how the supporters of William Ruto and those of Rigathi Gachagua were singing Si Uchawi ni Maombi. And so especially the supporters of Rigathi Gachagua cannot understand, and they still do not understand what exactly happened. From where you sit, what do you really think was the biggest problem between these two leaders? Because from my side, in my very considered opinion, I have a feeling that both of them were very abrasive, that they were never compatible. Both William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua is, in my little Kiswahili, I don't know the exact, but could be kiherehere. We needed to have one who is a little bit passive, the other active. But you see, both of them were go-getter. So this might have been the problem. But did you know that William Ruto is accusing his former deputy of trying to sabotage and or to topple his government? And at the same time, the former deputy is saying that there was a hidden hand when, on 2 occasions, the NIS tried to poison him. And it tells you that this was a marriage that could not last because both the husband and the wife were accusing each other of trying to end their lives. Now, there are those very close allies of Rigathi Gachagua who used to have some good times with Rigathi and Ruto together. One of them is Senator Methu, the senator of Nyandarua. He's been reflecting back of late after the divorce, and he remembered one occasion when they were under a tree and they took tea together. You know, one of those showbiz where you want to showcase your friendship and you do things for the camera, you want to play to the gallery. There is this picture here that Senator Methu is talking about. I want us to read something here, that this is from K24. Hadi tukakunywa chai chini ya mti, lakini wapi? Senator Methu takes jibe at Ruto after Gashagua's exit as DP. And it goes on to say that Nyandarua County Senator John Methu on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, reminiscent about the Karamaradi President William Ruto initially had with his disgraced former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, lamenting that the union had come to its conclusive end. Methu, who was among the handful of leaders who backed Gachagua during his impeachment trial at the Senate, accompanied Gachagua to his rural home during the swearing-in ceremony of Deputy President Kithure Kindiki on November 1st, 2024. And this is exactly what Methu said. This is exactly the picture that K24 is talking about. Methu, taking a reminiscent of what happened, just didn't have many words. He just posted, hadi tukakunywa chai chini ya mti, lakini wapi? That we even took our time having tea under a tree, the shadow of that tree. Then all was vanity. But all was in vain. And Senator Methu, being one of the very close allies, together with the other senators like Karungo Athangwa of Kiambu, they have been very close. And so they used to be near Rigathi in every event. And this senator, I think he's looking at how this marriage used to be and how just things moved so fast, and he cannot believe that Rigathi Gachagua is no longer in office. What do you think exactly is going on in the minds of Senator Methu? Because this picture reflects the minds of many. He represents many people who can't still understand. And even though you see Mount Kenya very quiet, don't underestimate them. They are quiet, but they have a lot of revenge mission in them. After William Ruto used them against their own son Uhuru Kenyatta, after William Ruto told them and assured them that Raila would not be in the government, he sent an olive branch and Raila is now in government. And when Raila came into this government, they were ousted. It is like your father marrying another mother and then your mother is sent home. Now, I looked at three things that could be happening to Senator Methu together, because this is just a tip of an iceberg, together with the other leaders who have been supporting Rigathi Gachagua. And I thought that, number one, Mount Kenya is in a moment of reflection. In retrospect, where did we go wrong? That is why Senator Methu can go back, just looking at the pictures, those very good moments they had together. They are in a moment of reflection. Where did we go wrong? What did we do right? And I think Mount Kenya is in that state. And William Ruto should be very careful. When you wrong a person or you disagree with someone and they are quiet, that person is more lethal and dangerous than a person who shouts at you. Because the person who shouts at least will make you understand what they have in mind. But Mount Kenya have hidden their plans. They're playing the very little cards in their chest or behind the table or under the table. So they're in a moment of reflection. Number two, Mount Kenya is in a moment of strategizing on how to make their next move, because they made a mistake. Now they want to ensure that as they look for realignment, as they gear towards 2027, they want to strategize. They want to know the kind of people they are teaming up with. And that is a strategy. In a war, sometimes you retreat to re-strategize how to attack. And this is exactly what Mount Kenya is doing. And I feel it was captured well in Senator Methu's tweet. Number three, they're in a process of accepting the fate of Rigathi Gachagua. They're saying it has happened, but we shall never forget. The moment they forget, they can easily look at how to counter what will come next. If they continue mourning, then they will be full of anger, and this will deter them, from moving as Mount Kenya. So I can see a moment of trying to accept that, okay, this is what has befallen our hero, this is what has befallen our brother. We accept it, but we shall not forget. And I see a group, the sons and daughters of Mumbi, are regretting why they chose William Samoei Ruto, how they gave William Ruto airtime to hoodwink them. They became so gullible with promises that were never there. Now they regret. That is why Senator Methu is saying, hadi tukakunywa chai chini ya mti lakini wapi. So there is a moment of regret. And then finally, this is a moment of learning. People learn until they die. And I see Mount Kenya learning from what has happened. And they're saying, okay, once bitten, twice shy. For Senator Methu to, come up with such tweet and make it public, reminding people of what used to happen, they are mad, they are sad, they regret, they are wounded lions, and don't take it for granted that they are quiet. I know Mount Kenya is planning something. We are yet to see. It will be unveiled. Rigathi said he will show us the way forward, and we wait as things unfold.